So shout out Dallas, man. Shout out Miss Badu. So if anybody out there, Badu fans, you'll know she has a song that's unreleased, really. It's just a live version called Tyrone. And she's pretty much telling, like, yo, you need to call, like, the song is not about Tyrone. It's about her dude who's, like, she fed up with, telling him, hey, you need to call Tyrone, tell him to come get your shit, get up out of here.
It's embarrassing. Woke up the old lady, Mrs. Harrison. You know the one that's always questioning your marriages. Had to call Tyrone.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Keys. I do the Switties, and this is What Do You Mean By That? Today we are here with Coachtev, and we are going to get into his song called Tyrone. But before we get into that, I wanted to touch base on what you did in 2022. You went single for single with Make History and Pennant Race, and you also dropped 2 EPs. And then in 2023, you dropped a Valentine's EP, which includes Dance on Me, Rose, and also this song called Tyrone.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you feel about the EP that you just dropped in 2023?
Man, so from that EP, it was, honestly, the homie Jonathan was on some, like, yo, bro, like, you need to do a Valentine's Day EP. He actually listed out a few things I needed to do for that year.
Okay.
And that was one of them. And I was like, shoot, okay, let me challenge myself to kind of do my version, whatever the Coachtev version of a Valentine's Day project is. You know what I mean? I think I mean, it's a, I like looking at music as like a time capsule. Mm-hmm. So like I did my best to try to like encapsulate at that time like how I felt about just like relationships in general, like things maybe I was going through or like something I've been through before, kind of like try to tie it together and just kind like a little 10 minute work of art.
For sure. So, yeah. I think you hit on that for sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get into that.
Still coming home, I took a little field trip. Staying all alone like I was on some chill shit. Never been a guy that loves for attention. I got other vices, we ain't gotta mention.
I really like that lust for attention. I got other vices, we ain't gotta mention part. I'm gonna say what I took from that, but I want you to add to that. So you never been the type to lust for attention, but what had your attention? Like what were you paying attention to, and was what you were paying attention to, was that not for your betterment?
Nah, because that's so like I guess I'm saying like my vice is not like what's the one like vanity.
Okay, yeah.
Vanity's never really been my vice like that. But there may be other vices that I may not really want to say on camera like that. But there's other things that, one is like, I smoke a lot. So
that's what I'm saying, like not for your betterment.
That could be not the best vice. Right. So it's more so like I'm saying like, I'm not really lusting for the attention in this. Like, that's not the issue here.
Boy, you both like this, avoiding all tension. Lost in the devices, got a little pretentious. Quarter life crisis, she been living through Pinterest. Real love here, this ain't nothing like the pictures. Especially when them texts started looking like scriptures.
Quarter life crisis, Pinterest.
Yeah.
I feel like it's safe to say, like, a woman from a woman's point of view, like a lot of us, we live through the internet, and so we don't, necessarily know how to just live with ourselves and love ourselves fully enough to just accept ourselves for everything that we are. So just kind of go into that bar, like that you mentioned, like where were you at mentally?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of spot on. Like, and I don't want to just make it a woman thing because guys do it as well in other ways. Like we measure ourselves up in other ways from what we see via internet, some other guy or whatever. But I think our generation has a hold on like trying to learn relationships through the internet and through what they feel like somebody else's success is, when in actuality, that couple probably behind doors going at it every day. Just because you see them like flipped up and kissing and like, oh, that's Will and Jada vibe. Will and Jada goes.
Now you calling names, so I did the same. Got my point across, but I did it all in vain. I've been outside, let me do my thing. There's just parts of me, girl, that's never gonna change. To me, it's just a character created on stage.
Yeah, you be saying a mouthful for sure. But you be speaking that real though. There's just parts of me, girl, that's never gonna change. And then it went to I'm self-aware, so I never feel ashamed. Do you feel like, well, I don't know what perspective you were coming from in this song, but just like in general, you know, aspects of things in life, were you putting on like a front of like who you actually were? Like,
No, I keep saying I think because this record I wrote, I didn't write. Like I kind of recorded as I was going. So yeah, so a lot of it is I'm trying to like revisit how I felt in the moment. You know what I mean? But it's not that I'm putting on a front. It's more so that being an artist, like there's, like I say that there's like, you know, I'm speaking of another chick that like, don't worry. I'm telling, you know, the main, like, don't worry about this other girl. She just wants me because the preconceived fame. You know what I mean? And what I'm doing on stage is just that. So I guess to an extent, it is kind of, it's not a front.
Not like a front, but
it is like
yeah.
I'm an artist on stage, and like I may say or do something that's more of like part of the brand. It's the artistry. You know what I mean? So don't take too much into that. And Shorty from around the way that's like thinks that she likes Coachtev. She don't know Tevin. You know what I mean?
It's embarrassing. Woke up the old lady, Mrs. Harrison. You know the one that's always questioning your marriages. Had to call Tyrone, he dropped me at the Sheraton. Had to call Blake Chris, he dropped me at the Hilton. Now I'm on a guilt trip, ill trip, going downhill trip. Still spin the block like young Rumpelstiltskin.
So why did you name this song called Tyrone?
Man, yeah. Shout out Dallas,
man.
man.
It was really important for you to hit on this. So
yeah,
like,
for
why?
sure. So shout out Dallas, man. Shout out Miss Badu. So if anybody out there, Badu fans, you'll know she has a song that's unreleased, really. It's just a live version of called Tyrone. And she's pretty much telling, like, yo, you need to call, like, the song is not about Tyrone. It's about her dude who's, like, she fed up with, telling him, hey, you need to call Tyrone, tell him to come get your shit, get up out of here. So, like, I'm flipping it. I'm from the dude side. That's kind of what the song is based on, like, Shorty locked me out the crib.
I
you know what I mean?
felt the sample.
Yeah. So she locked me out the crib, and I'm having to call Tyrone. Except I don't really know Tyrone. That's why the next line I say I have to call Blake Chris. He dropped me out the, you know, because Blake Chris is acting. That's my home. I don't know Tyrone. And that's why, like, even at the beginning of the song, it's a soundbite from an episode where Martin and Gina broke up, and it's supposed to sound like, that's why it's muffled. You can barely hear him because it's supposed to, you know, like neighbors, you know, the apartment neighbors going crazy, and you're like, yo, shut up. That's what's going on. They over there arguing or whatever. So that all ties in because, I mean, maybe Martin got somebody got kicked out of the crib over there. You know, you never know.
Well, I appreciate this record. Yeah. I love the record. I appreciate you taking the time out today to be here with us today.
Appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to explain it, man.
For sure. If you want to plug yourself in, you can plug yourself in. Where to find you at?
Man, you know, Coachtev, Young Cody, Coachtev everywhere, man. Spotify, Tidal, which I got Google Play, Amazon, and Apple Music, SoundCloud, Audio Mac. We everywhere. Coachtev, COACHTEV. Trying to make it simple for our kids.
Right, yeah. All right, so I will see y'all in the next episode. Peace.
They gon' try to tempt me cause my preconceived fame. If it's gon' get to you, it's cool, we can't hang. This the life I chose, so I gotta take the blame. But I'm self-aware, so I'll never feel ashamed.